Imagine slipping between the cool, crisp sheets, your body sinking into the comfort of your bed as the day draws to a close. As you lay your head on the pillow, your mind begins to wander, pondering the tasks that await you tomorrow. Take a moment to reflect on the different activities and responsibilities that will require your attention and energy. Now take a deep breath and hold that thought. Welcome to How Not to Retire, a psychological approach to retiring healthy and wealthy. Episode 10, Discovering a Purposeful Path in Retirement. Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Richard Himmer. Now let's return to the cool, crisp sheets and your body sinking into the comfort of your bed. Your mind is pondering tomorrow's activities. Now delve deeper into the why behind each of these tasks. If you are currently employed, chances are that your daily activities are primarily work-related, and your sense of identity and purpose are closely tied to your professional role. Your task may be driven by deadlines, projects, or the need to contribute to your team's success. However, if you are retired, the why behind your daily activities takes on a new level of significance. Without the structure and demands of a career, you have the opportunity to craft a life that truly aligns with your values, passions, and desired sense of purpose. The activities you choose to engage in are no longer dictated by external factors, but rather by your own intrinsic motivation and desire for fulfillment. Most people, we have found, actually don't pursue their passions in their careers. To those who are fortunate enough to, that's beautiful, that's wonderful. But as you contemplate your plans for tomorrow, consider how each task or activity contributes to your overall well-being and sense of purpose. Perhaps you have a morning yoga class scheduled, which provides not only physical exercise, but also a chance to cultivate mindfulness and inner peace. Maybe you plan to volunteer at a local charity, using your skills and experience to make a positive impact on your community. Or you might have set aside time to work on a creative project, such as writing a memoir or painting a landscape, allowing you to express your unique talents and perspectives. The key is to recognize that in retirement, your health and well-being are intimately connected to the why behind your daily activities. When you engage in tasks and pursuits that align with your values, ignite your passions, and provide a sense of meaning, you are nourishing your mind, your body, and your spirit. This intentional approach to living can lead to increased happiness, fulfillment, and a profound sense of purpose. As you drift off to sleep, let the anticipation of a purposeful tomorrow fill your heart. Embrace the opportunity to design a retirement that's not only enjoyable, but deeply meaningful by consistently asking yourself why. And aligning your actions with your answers, you can create a life that is rich in purpose, joy, and personal growth. Sweet dreams, and may your tomorrow be filled with intention, purpose, and the pursuit of what matters most to you. What a beautiful way to end your day, what's called a sacred hour or your system of going to bed at night. Tomorrow is critical to your happiness today. Today's episode is about finding and cultivating a meaningful purpose during retirement. For many, the transition from a structured work life to the freedom of retirement, well, it can be exhilarating and yet daunting. Without the daily routine and responsibilities of a career, it's common to feel a sense of loss or perhaps a lack of direction, or perhaps a fear of being bored. Retirement also presents a unique opportunity to rediscover your passions, explore new interests, and create a purposeful life that truly resonates with who you are, your inside, your authentic you. Throughout this episode, I'll be sharing insights and strategies and some examples to help you navigate this journey of self-discovery and purposeful living in retirement. So whether you're already retired or planning for the future, let's get started. Segment 1, understanding the importance of purpose. Having a sense of purpose is essential for your overall well-being and happiness. regardless of age or life stage. In retirement, however, when the structure and identity of the career is no longer present, the need for purpose becomes even more pronounced. Keep that in mind. I'm going to repeat that. In retirement, structure and identity are even more important than they were during your career. The work itself, the company, the purpose behind the company, kind of takes center stage. In retirement, for the first time in all of your life, you get to do what you want to do with life's knowledge to support you in doing what you want to do. A strong sense of purpose provides you with the direction, the motivation, and a reason to get out of bed each morning. But if you don't have that purpose, if you don't have that identity, that's when boredom, doldrums, when you are passive, that leads to a quicker aging. And we talked about aging is the aggressive avoidance of discomfort. When you're sitting on the couch and you don't have anything to do, you're avoiding discomfort. You're avoiding doing the things that you need to do. Research has shown that individuals with a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer. They're healthier and they have more satisfying lives. They're more resilient in the face of challenges and they experience lower rates of depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. In fact, a study by the Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center found that people with high levels of purpose were 2.4 times less likely to develop Alzheimer's disease than those with low levels of purpose. But what exactly is purpose and how do I find it? At its core, purpose is about understanding what truly matters to you and aligning your actions and choices with those values. It's about using your unique talents, experiences, and passions to make a positive impact on the world around you. This could involve volunteering for a cause that you care about or pursuing a creative outlet, perhaps mentoring another person, or simply being present for your loved ones, which we've talked about before and will pursue again in other episodes. The key is to approach the search for purpose with curiosity, openness, and a willingness to explore. Now you might say, but I'm not really that curious, and I'm not really that open-minded, and I'm not really that willing to explore. All right? That's the point that we're talking about. Now's the time to be that. When you stay in that fixed comfort zone, the box, if you will, that's when the aging increases. Remember, aging is the aggressive avoidance of discomfort. Getting out of that comfort zone, being curious about something, being open-minded about something, being willing to question your own assumptions, and being willing to explore is where you find passion, where you find excitement, and where you start getting your dopamine hits. It's not about finding one grand or all-encompassing purpose, but rather about discovering the many ways you can create meaning and value in your daily life. Okay, segment 2, overcoming barriers to purposeful living. While the idea of finding purpose in retirement kind of sounds cool, many people face barriers that can make this process feel rather challenging or perhaps impossible. One common obstacle is the belief that purpose is something that should come naturally or be immediately clear. In reality, discovering your purpose is a journey. It's a journey of trial and error, and it requires patience and self-reflection, and it requires discomfort. Another barrier is the fear of change or failure. After years in a familiar career, the idea of trying something new can be intimidating. You may worry about not being good enough or feel like it's too late to start over. But it's important to remember that growth and purpose often lie outside your comfort zone. Embracing change and being willing to take risks are essential parts of said journey. Societal expectations and pressures can also hinder our pursuit of said purpose. We may feel like we're supposed to have it all figured out or that certain activities are more valuable or acceptable than others. But the truth is, your purpose is unique to you. It doesn't have to fit anyone else's mold. Letting go of external expectations, therefore being yourself, not what others want you to be or what you think others expect you to be, And tuning into your own desires and values is key to finding authentic purpose. For years, you've always done what other people want or expect you to do. Boy, now's the time to bust out of that mold. Now's the time to bust out of that box. For some, practical concerns like financial limitations or health issues can feel insurmountable. That makes sense. But even with constraints, there are still ways to find meaning and purpose. It may require a little creativity, adaptability, headway into that discomfort, a shift in perspective, but every small step counts. Ultimately, overcoming these barriers is about embracing a growth mindset, being kind to yourself, having a little mercy and grace for yourself, and focusing on progress over perfection. As a matter of fact, we'll cover this in a later episode. It's the ability to create a system and focusing on the system and letting the results come to you. With a little self-compassion, curiosity, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone, you can navigate the challenges and discover a deeply fulfilling sense of purpose. All right, segment number 3, strategies for cultivating purpose. So how can you begin to cultivate a sense of purpose in retirement? It's a fair question. Here's some practical strategies and some examples to get you going. Reflect on your values and passions. It's critical to know what they are. What are your values? What are the principles that guide you? Where are your passions? They may not be what everyone wants them to be, and gosh darn it, that's exactly what you want to find out. Take some time to think about what truly matters to you and what activities bring you joy and fulfillment. For my wife and me, they're usually different things. She loves certain things that aren't as passionate to me, and I love certain things that are not as passionate to her. Now, we'll also cover the importance of being able to compromise and helping your spouse a little bit or supporting your spouse in their passions. But the critical aspect is giving your spouse the leeway, the permission, the opportunity to be themselves. For instance, we're going to give you an instance about John, who's a retired school teacher. He's always been passionate about gardening. In retirement, he decided to combine his love for gardening with his desire to give back to community. So he started a program where he taught gardening skills to underprivileged children. So right back into what he was doing before, with the added aspect of it's doing it now in his subject of choice, not the math or the science or the history, which helps them, the children, develop a sense of responsibility. It nurtures a connection with nature. Then they have the ability to grow their own healthy food. So explore new possibilities. Retirement's a perfect time to try new things and explore areas of interest that you may not have had time for during your working years. Take a class, join a club, volunteer for an organization that aligns with your values. Be open to experimentation. Do you notice the theme here? Everything is constantly getting outside your comfort zone. You're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. That's why it's called a comfort zone. All right, Sarah, a retired nurse. She's always been intrigued by the art of storytelling. In retirement, she decided to take a creative writing class at her local community center. Through the class, she discovered a hidden talent for writing short stories and found a new sense of purpose in sharing her tales with others. She even started a blog to showcase her work and connect with fellow writers. So connect with others. Building meaningful relationships and being part of a community can be a powerful source of purpose. And by the way, an anti-aging technique. Seek out opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals. It could be through social clubs, volunteer work, or just shared hobbies. Surrounding yourself with supportive, inspiring people can help you stay motivated and engaged. And again, at the risk of redundancy, stop or slow down the aging process. Another example is Michael, who's a retired engineer. He joined a local hiking group right after he retired. Through the group, he not only found a way to stay physically active, but also he formed deep friendships with those who shared his love for the outdoors. The group became a source of camaraderie, support, and purpose as they embarked on weekly hikes and even organized volunteer trail maintenance events. For what it's worth, when I was in scouting, and I was in scouting for, almost 40 years as a leader, some of the best conversations I had with fellow leaders and the scouts were on the hiking trail, where you can focus on nature and focus on the topic and truly uplift yourself. Next is to set meaningful goals. Have a sense of direction and progress. It can be incredibly fulfilling knowing that you're heading towards a goal. You can set short-term and long-term goals that align again with your values and passions. So now back to that, know what the values and passions are. These could be anything from learning a new skill to completing a personal project to perhaps even traveling to a dream destination. Celebrate your achievements along the way. Use them as fuel for further growth. Practice gratitude and mindfulness. We're going to probably do a whole episode just on mindfulness, but being grateful and being in yourself, being singularly focused, gives you that sense of calm and identity. Cultivating a sense of purpose isn't just about your activities. It's also about your approach, the systems you have that get you to experiencing that life. Practicing gratitude and mindfulness can help you stay present, appreciate the small joys, and maintain a positive outlook. Consider keeping a gratitude journal or incorporating mindfulness techniques like meditation into your daily routine. Now, this is about Elizabeth, who is a retired executive. She found that incorporating a daily gratitude practice helped her maintain a sense of purpose and perspective. Now, a gratitude journal is something as simple as, what am I grateful for today? Or what are 3 things I'm grateful for today? Or finding new areas to be grateful for. Each morning, Elizabeth would write down 3 things she was grateful for. That was her approach. They ranged from simple pleasures like a beautiful sunrise to deeper reflections on the love and support of her family. This practice helped her stay focused on the positive aspects of her life and approach each day with a sense of intention and purpose. I'll tell you another thing that it's critical about, and this comes to the emotional intelligence side of life. That's she was able to be aware. Too many people go through life asleep. They're not aware of what's going on around them. They don't see the beauty of nature. They don't see the greatness of other people around them and the little things that they do that make a difference. Remember, finding purpose is an ongoing journey. It's not a destination. It's about consistently aligning your actions with your values. It's being open to growth and change. It's getting out of the box. It's facing discomfort with open arms and excitement moving forward. With intention, self-reflection, and a willingness to explore, you can create a retirement filled with meaning, joy, and purpose. So let's conclude this segment a little bit, because we've explored so many things in what we're doing. And if you need to listen to this again, there's a lot of little nuggets in here that might give you great support in moving forward. But having a sense of purpose is essential for fulfilling and meaningful retirement. By understanding the importance of said purpose, overcoming the common barriers of fear and reticence, and implementing practical strategies for cultivation, you can create a retirement experience that truly resonates with your authentic self. Remember, finding purpose is a unique and personal journey. It's about you, not about what others expect of you. What brings meaning and fulfillment to one person may be different for another. Not maybe. It is different for another. The key is to approach the process with curiosity, openness, and self-compassion. Those 3 things can often already be a stumbling block. Embrace that opportunity. Now's the time to do it. You spent your whole life living for others. Now's the time to live for you. Or perhaps you've spent your whole life wanting to be yourself, but because of work and other responsibilities in life, you haven't. Now's the time to embrace that growth. Now's the time to embrace and explore what retirement can present. Trust your ability to create a life that aligns with your deepest values and passions. As you navigate this exciting chapter in your life, Know that you have the power to shape your own purposeful path. It comes in little increments. Stay true to yourself. Be committed to where you're going with this one, and you can unlock a profound sense of joy. I have 2 quotes for you to conclude this episode. The first one is by writer and Nobel Prize winner Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who said, "What matters in life is not what happens to you, but what you remember and how you remember it." To which I add this quote by James Clear. Some people get addicted to chain smoking their problems. They spend all day going from sorrow to sorrow. It doesn't have to be that way. You can live each day going from joy to joy, like a sunflower that turns to face the sun as it moves across the sky. It's not about having a problem-free life, but about focusing on the light. Sunflowers still have shadows, but they are always behind them. Until then, may your habits harmonize with your purpose and bring you happiness, joy, and well-being in retirement. Cheers.